This video is for all kinds of travelers. If you're someone who's budget conscious, or you're the type to fly first class just for fun, or maybe you fall somewhere in between, you're gonna find something in here that works for you. I'm gonna go over 10 travel credit cards for 2025. These range from no annual fee credit cards all the way up to high-end luxury cards with all the bells and whistles. Now, before we get into it, let me say this, there is no such thing as a perfect travel credit card or the best travel credit card for everyone. It all depends on your lifestyle, your travel habits, and what you actually care about when you're on the road or in the air. That's why I'm gonna give you options. At least one of these is probably gonna be the one that fits you the best. So let's get into it with a card that I bet you didn't expect to see first, the Amex Gold card. So here's the thing, you've probably heard this card hyped up as one of the best cards for food. And yeah, it totally is, but it can also work as a travel card, and here's why. You get 3 times points on flights booked directly with airlines or on AmexTravel.com. You get 2 times points on prepaid hotels and eligible travel when booked through Amex Travel. Honestly, those aren't the craziest travel multipliers out there, but they're still better than earning just 1 point per dollar. But when you are traveling, what else are you spending money on? And it's actually a big expense. It's food. And this card gives you 4 times points on restaurants worldwide, up to $50,000 in spend per year. That includes everything from your favorite local ramen spot in Tokyo to pizza in Italy. You also get 4 times points at US supermarkets, up to $25,000 in purchases per year. Obviously, you can't take advantage of the grocery part or the grocery reward multiplier while traveling internationally, but when you're at home, you could rack up points and then redeem them later through Amex's portal or by transferring them to travel partners. Now let's talk about the fee. It's $325 a year. Not cheap, but here's what you get back. You get $10 in Uber Cash every month that you could use on Uber rides or Uber Eats in the United States. That's $120 a year. You also get an $84 Dunkin' Donuts credit, which is $7 a month when you use your gold card at Dunkin' Donuts. And fun fact, some Baskin-Robbins locations actually work too to trigger this credit because they're both owned by the same company. Then there's the Resi credits. You get up to $50 twice a year, so $100 total just for dining at Resi restaurants. And actually this has been happening to me for the past half a year or so, or actually a year maybe now, but the Resi credit has been being triggered on non-Resi restaurants. Of course, there's no real way to strategize this because I can't see if it's gonna work without actually testing it out, but so far, I've only used this credit on non-Resi restaurants, and it was by accident. It was like a nice little surprise. So hopefully it'll work for you as well. And then you have the dining credits. That's another $10 a month when you use the gold card at Grubhub, the Cheesecake Factory, Goldbelly, Wine.com, and Five Guys. That's another $120 a year. If you're stacking all of those credits, it adds up to over $400 in value. That easily covers the annual fee. Plus, even though this card is food focused, it still comes with travel benefits. You get baggage insurance, secondary car rental coverage, and no foreign transaction fees. Also use the hotel collection where you book 2 nights or more through Amex Travel and get a $100 credit to use at that property. This card is great for people who don't need airport lounge access or TSA pre-check and just want something that earns really well on categories that they already spend money on. It's a simple setup that could just work for you. Now I know someone's gonna ask why I didn't mention the Amex Green card instead, so let's quickly talk about that. The Green card gives you 3 times points on all travel, including airfare, hotels, tours, campgrounds, car rentals, cruises, and more. It also gives you 3 times points on transits, so trains, ride shares, ferries, tolls, buses, subways, all of it. And 3 times points on dining worldwide, including takeout and delivery in the United States. No foreign transaction fees, which is great, and the annual fee is $150. You also get up to $199 back per calendar year for a Clear Plus membership. Now here's where it falls short. It targets in my personal opinion, a smaller group of people. You really have to live in a big city or use public transits and ride shares and all those other travel or transit purchases, transactions to squeeze all of the value out of it. And even though the fee is lower than the gold card, I still think it's harder to justify if you're not gonna hit those categories. Also, you can't downgrade the Amex Green Card. There's no other no fee or lower annual fee charge card to downgrade into. And if you upgrade it to a gold or Amex Platinum card later, you won't get a sign-up bonus. But since I just mentioned the Amex Platinum card, let's bring that up because that is my personal go-to travel credit card. It is expensive, $695 a year, but it's also packed with travel benefits. You get 5 times points on flights booked directly with airlines, which is big, or through Amex Travel, and 5 times on prepaid hotels booked through Amex Travel. For everything else, it's just 1 point per dollar. So again, you're not getting this card for everyday spending, rewards, or multipliers. You're getting it for everything else that I'm about to explain. There's a $200 hotel credit when you book prepaid hotels through Fine Hotels and Resorts or the Hotel Collection, which is American Express's portfolio of hotels. I've used this credit for staycations or for paying part of a one-night stay. I'd also recommend combining this credit with the Fine Hotels and Resorts benefits that I'll talk about later that come with this credit card. You also get a digital entertainment credit, which is $20 a month for stuff like Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, the New York Times, and more. That's another $240 worth of value in a year. You also get up to $155 in Walmart Plus credits, which is $12.95 a month. A Walmart Plus subscription helps some people by providing free same-day delivery from store or free shipping in general online. Also, you get a Paramount Plus streaming service for free. Of course, it's the ad version though. There's a $200 airline incidental fee credit for stuff like seat selection, baggage fees, in-flight snacks, $200 in Uber Cash, which is $15 each month, and a $20 bonus in December for $35 in that month. I try prioritizing this for Uber Rides and then for Uber Eats pickup. The Platinum card also gives you $100 for Saks purchases, which is $50 for the first half of the year and $50 for the second half, which honestly has been nerfed so hard throughout the years since you can't get free shipping from Saks.com online anymore. This only really benefits people who could go physically into a Saks Fifth Avenue store, unfortunately. There's also a $300 Equinox credit, which can be hard to use as well. This card also comes with clear credits worth up to $199 a year. It gives you a TSA PreCheck or Global Entry reimbursement, Hilton Gold and Marriott Gold Elite status, complimentary rental car status with Avis, Hertz, and National, and then the big one, lounge access. You get access to Amex Centurion lounges, Delta Sky Clubs when flying Delta, Escape lounges, Plaza Premium, and Priority Pass Select. That alone can be worth hundreds of dollars in value each year depending on how often you travel and how often you use airport lounges. Like I mentioned earlier, the Fine Hotels and Resorts benefits also are pretty cool. They give you things like room upgrades, free breakfast for 2, early check-in, late checkout, and a $100 on-property credit. That can easily make a one-night stay feel like a luxury weekend. This card, at the end of the day, is a coupon book. You're getting your value through all of these credits and benefits, and it only really makes sense if you actually use them. But if you travel frequently and take advantage of these perks, this card can absolutely be worth it. You're not getting it for reward multipliers, you're getting it for the travel benefits, the status, the lounge access, and the booking perks. The points can then be redeemed through the Amex Travel Portal or transferred to partners, kind of like how the Amex Gold or the Amex Green will do. And Amex probably has the second best set of transfer partners out of all of the major credit card systems. You have ANA, Delta, Hilton, Marriott, Air France, and so on. But even though this is the most expensive travel credit card out there, that doesn't automatically make it the best, because the next card might actually give you better value for less than half the price. Let's talk about the Capital One Venture X. If you want value, this is the one. straight up. The annual fee is $395 a year, and you already get $300 back in travel credit when you book through the Capital One travel portal every year. Then on your card member anniversary every year, they give you 10,000 Capital One miles, which is basically worth another $100. So just between the travel credits and the bonus anniversary miles, you're getting $400 in value. That already covers the annual fee. You earn 10 times points on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, 5 times points on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2 times on everything else, which makes it a great catch-all credit card. You get lounge access too. Capital One has a few lounges right now and they're expanding, but I have heard they are nice. You also get Priority Pass lounge access as well. For more travel benefits, you get access to Capital One's Premier Collection, which gives you upgrades and $100 experience credits when booking certain hotels. There's also the Lifestyle Collection, which gives you similar perks, but at a broader range of hotel properties. These are similar to Amex's Fine Hotels and Resorts and Hotel Collection benefits. It's just basically Capital One's version. The Venture X also includes Hertz President Circle status, and here's a big one, primary car rental insurance. One of the most low-key perks of the Venture X that could make a difference in your scenario is that you are allowed to add up to 4 authorized users onto your account for free. They also get lounge access, and each one of your authorized users can bring up to 2 guests. So if you travel with a family or like a crew, friend crew, that's massive value. Capital One point redemptions work through the Capital One travel portal or by transferring to one of their travel partners. And in my opinion, Capital One is tied with the 3rd best set of transfer partners right now. You have access to Flying Blue, Wyndham Rewards, Singapore Airlines, Cathay Pacific, and more. The Venture X is honestly probably the most well-rounded credit card on this list. It's simple, it's valuable, and it delivers across the board. Real quick though, if any of these credit cards sound like they'd be a good fit for you and you're thinking about applying, I've got affiliate links down in the description below. It's a free way to support the channel and it does help me make videos like this. Just make sure you're getting the best welcome offer or sign-up bonus available before you apply, because sometimes there are targeted offers or public links that give you more points. So please always double check first. But if my link works out, I really appreciate you using it. Now I want to highlight the most valuable hotel credit card that's perfect if you're loyal to Hilton, and that's the Amex Hilton Aspire. This one packs a ton of value, especially if you stay at Hilton properties at least a couple of times a year. The annual fee is $550. That's definitely premium level, but let me show you how it more than pays for itself. First off, you get Hilton Diamond status automatically. That's their top tier status, which gives you things like room upgrades when available. That's the big part, when available. Executive lounge access, late checkout, free breakfast at most properties, and extra points on stays. Honestly, Diamond status alone could be worth the fee if you stay at Hilton's regularly and you are able to get those upgrades and so on. But that's a big reach. So I would more so rely on the following benefits instead. You've got the $400 Hilton Resort credit split into $200 every 6 months. Use this at eligible Hilton resorts for things like room rates, dining, spa treatments. It's super easy to use if you plan even just one trip. You also get a free night certificate every year, which is valid at almost any Hilton property. That's huge. If you redeem this at a top tier Hilton, that free night alone could be worth $500, $600, $700. Plus, if you spend $30,000 in a calendar year on this credit card, you'll earn a 2nd free night award. And then you get a 3rd free night award after you spend $60,000. That could add up quick for some of you. This credit card also gives you a $200 flight credit, which breaks down to $50 per quarter. You just need to book directly with the airline or through Amex Travel. There's a Clear Plus credit worth up to $199 a year, which covers the full cost of a Clear membership. You also get National Emerald Club Executive status, which gives you access to better rental cars, faster checkouts, and upgrades when available. There's a $100 on-property credit at Waldorf Astoria and Conrad hotels when you book a 2-night stay through the Aspire's program link. But be careful of elevated prices when you do book through the Hilton Aspire's link. When when you compare it directly to booking directly and forfeiting the $100 credit. And just like the other Amex travel cards, you've got baggage insurance, trip delay insurance, trip cancellation / interruption, secondary rental car coverage, and no foreign transaction fees. If you're even moderately loyal to Hilton and travel a few times a year, this card can bring serious value. And even with some recent devaluations, I still think it's one of the strongest hotel credit cards on the market. But maybe Hilton isn't your brand of choice and you're a Marriott person instead. Well, in that case, let's talk about the Chase Ritz-Carlton card. This card is not available for new applicants anymore, so you can't book it directly, but you could still get it through a product change from one of Chase's Marriott cards like the Bonvoy Boundless or Bonvoy Bevy. And I gotta say, it's still one of the best travel cards out there if you stay at Marriott properties. It's a $450 annual fee travel credit card, but it has valuable travel perks. First off, you get a $300 airline incidental credit each year. That covers things like baggage fees, seat selection, and in-flight food and drinks. This credit is weird in the fact that you have to manually message or call Chase to have it applied to your account. But nonetheless, it's easy to use. You also get a Priority Pass lounge access for you and apparently unlimited guests. You'll get a free night certificate each year on your card anniversary, which is good for Marriott properties that are worth up to 85,000 points per night. That includes a lot of luxury properties and even some Ritz-Carlton locations if you time it right. Or you could add up to 15,000 of your own Marriott points and combine it with that free night award, so that way you could stay at a property that costs 100,000 points per night. The earning on this card is alright. You get 6 points per dollar at Marriott Bonvoy properties, 3 points on dining, flights, and rental cars, and 2 points on everything else. You also get Marriott Gold Elite status, 15 Elite Night credits per year, and a bunch of built-in travel protections like trip cancellation, trip delay, baggage delay, and primary car rental insurance, which is huge. And like the Venture X, you could add authorized users for free, and each of them will have Priority Pass lounge access as well, and can bring in unlimited guests. Though I don't know exactly what the limit of authorized users you could add to your account is. I've heard that it's allegedly unlimited, but I don't know for sure. The Chase Ritz-Carlton card can be a game changer if you are a Marriott fan, although it is still such a pain in the butt to get. Now, let's bring things back to basics with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is one of the most popular and beginner-friendly travel credit cards for a reason. The annual fee is only $95, but can still deliver value. You earn 5 times points on travel booked through Chase Travel, 3 times on dining, 3 times on online grocery stores, not including Target or Walmart, and 3 times on select streaming services. You also get 2 times on all other travel purchases and 1 point per dollar on everything else. Every year on your card anniversary, you'll get a $50 credit to use on hotel bookings through Chase Travel. That alone already covers more than half the annual fee if you use it. Now here's where things get really good. When you redeem your points through the Chase Travel portal, they're worth 25% more. So instead of 1 cent per point, you're getting 1.25 cents per point of value. That means 60,000 points equals $750 in travel instead of just the usual $600. This is helpful because most other credit card point systems give you 1 cent per point for those travel portal redemptions. However, with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you are getting 25% more value on those same little to no effort reward redemptions by booking through the travel portal. And you could also transfer your points to Chase's Ultimate Rewards travel partners, which includes top-tier airlines and hotels like Hyatt, United, Southwest, Air Canada, and more. This transfer travel partner flexibility is honestly what puts Chase points over the top for me, especially at this price point with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. You also get primary car rental insurance, which isn't that common on a card with a sub $100 annual fee. You also get trip cancellation and interruption insurance, trip delay reimbursement, baggage delay, and purchase protection. It doesn't come with flashy perks like lounge access, but what it does give you is a really strong mix of travel protections, reward multipliers, and excellent point redemption options. If you're just starting your travel credit card journey, or you want a reliable workhorse card that won't break the bank, the Chase Sapphire Preferred is hard to beat. But if you want a travel credit card similar to the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but without an annual fee, take a look at the Wells Fargo Bilt card. The Wells Fargo Bilt MasterCard is seriously one of the most unique credit cards out there right now. If you rent, this is pretty much the only card that lets you earn points on rent payments without any fees. And the best part is there's no annual fee at all. You earn 1 point per dollar on rent, and they let you pay your rent even if your landlord doesn't accept credit cards. Bilt will, in that case, send a check or ACH on your behalf. That's huge because you're turning your biggest monthly expense into points that you could actually use for things that you want. There is a cap of up to 100,000 points on rent each calendar year. Outside of rent, you earn 3 points per dollar on dining, 5x points on Bilt neighborhood dining partners, 5x points on Lyft ride shares after you link your Bilt and Lyft accounts, 2 points per dollar on travel, and 1 point per dollar on everything else. But it gets even better because on the first of each month, that's rent day, where you earn double the points in all categories except rent. So dining becomes 6x, travel becomes 4x, and other purchases, just those general purchases, become 2x just for that one day. And on rent day, they also have flash deals, transfer bonuses, and even games to earn bonus points. And let's not forget that there are no foreign transaction fees either, which isn't always a given for a no annual fee credit card. Where this card really shines is in its transfer partners. You could transfer your Bilt points to airlines like United, Alaska, Emirates, Air Canada, and more. You could also transfer them to hotel programs like World of Hyatt, Marriott, Hilton, and more. This lineup could be on par with Chase Ultimate Rewards and their transfer partner list, which is wild for a free credit card. Now the downside, and this is important, is that Bilt only has this one credit card. So if you want to stack points with other Bilt cards, like how you can with Chase or Amex, well, you're out of luck. There's no ecosystem yet. Hopefully that changes in the near future. You'll also not receive any sign-up bonus. One catch about the Bilt card that you can't forget to do is you have to use the card at least 5 times every statement period in order to earn points. Paying for rent does count as one transaction. However, be sure to charge at least 4 other transactions worth any dollar amount in order to receive points for that month. Since it's a travel credit card, you do have coverages like trip cancellation and interruption protection, trip delay reimbursement, primary car rental insurance, which is again really cool, and cell phone protection. But if you're a renter and you want to earn travel rewards without changing your lifestyle and without paying an annual fee, Bilt is honestly a no-brainer to pick up. Alright, next up is the Citi Strata Premier. This card is Citi's answer to cards like the Sapphire Preferred. It's a solid mid-tier travel credit card with a $95 annual fee, and it's built for people who want broad earning categories without overcomplicating things. So here's the earning structure. You get 3 points per dollar on a whole bunch of everyday categories: airfare, hotels, restaurants, supermarkets, EV charging stations, and gas stations. That covers a lot of ground. 10x points on hotels, car rentals, and attractions booked through the citytravel.com portal, and everything else earns 1 point per dollar. You also get a $100 hotel credit once per year when you book a hotel through Citi Travel. That costs at least $500. That alone, though, could pay off the annual fee if you use it every year. This card also has no foreign transaction fees and travel coverages such as trip cancellation and interruption protection, trip delay reimbursement, lost or damaged baggage insurance, and secondary car rental insurance. You can transfer your points to a list of partners like Turkish Airlines, Singapore Airlines, Qatar, and more. It's a strong credit card, and if you know how to use transfer partners, you could squeeze some pretty good value out of those Citi points. Also, if you pair this card with a no annual fee Citi Double Cash or no annual fee Citi Custom Cash, you can combine the points, which gives you more ways to build a bunch of Citi points fast. The Strata Premier doesn't have flashy perks, again, no lounge access or credits for dining or rideshare, but what it does give you is a strong points earning engine that's easy to use and flexible for travel. Now let's get into the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card. This is Wells Fargo's mid-tier travel credit card that fits in the $95 annual fee category. What makes it stand out is the reward structure. You get 5 points per dollar on hotels, 4 on airfare, 3 on dining, transits, and other travel expenses, and 1 point on everything else. So you're earning strong multipliers in most major travel categories, and those transit and dining multipliers make it almost as competitive as cards like the Sapphire Preferred. Surprisingly, the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey gives you a $50 airline credit every year that can be used even if you book directly with the airline. There are no foreign transaction fees, and Wells Fargo has quietly been building out a transfer partner program, which makes these points more valuable than just using them for cash back. You can now transfer points to airlines and hotels, and that makes the Autograph Journey card more competitive with Chase and Citi. You have access to partners such as Choice Privileges, British Airways, Air France, and more. One extra perk that often flies under the radar is cell phone protection when you pay your bill with this credit card. So if you're someone who wants a little bit of everything, strong points, transfer flexibility, and you're looking for something that isn't Chase, Amex, or Citi, then this card is definitely worth checking out. And last but not least, the final best travel credit card is the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite card. This one is a bit more under the radar, but it's kind of a sleeper pick in the premium travel credit card space. The annual fee is $550. That's high, that's a premium travel credit card price, but it gives you $300 in airline incidental credit each year. You could use that on seat upgrades, baggage fees, airline lounge fees, and in-flight services. Another credit is the $150 credit for lifestyle conveniences, including video streaming, food delivery, fitness subscriptions, and rideshare services. Then you also get a TSA PreCheck or global entry reimbursement and priority pass lounge access for yourself and up to 2 guests. Which, by the way, with this credit card, you could also give out up to 4 priority pass memberships without making them an authorized user. Which, by the way, this is one of the few credit cards with priority pass benefits that also still includes priority pass restaurant privileges. Earning wise, you get 2 points per dollar on travel and dining and 1.5 points on everything else. But here's where this card can become insanely valuable if you're part of Bank of America's Preferred Rewards program. Depending on your status level, gold, platinum, or platinum honors, you could get up to a 75% bonus on every point that you earn. So that 2 points per dollar becomes 3.5, and 1.5 points becomes over 2.5 points. That's wild, and it turns this card from decent into a top tier point earner if you qualify. With your points, you could redeem them for airfare through the Bank of America Travel Center and get 20% off domestic or international airfare for any class. You do not have any travel partners to redeem points with, which could be a drawback for you. But with this credit card, you're also getting a strong suite of travel protections, like you're covered for trip delay reimbursement, trip cancellation and interruption insurance, baggage delay coverage. There's lost luggage reimbursement too. And for more serious emergencies, this card includes emergency evacuation coverage, as well as common carrier travel accident insurance. Lastly, you also do have primary car rental insurance. If you already bank with Bank of America, or you have accounts or assets, savings with Merrill or Bank of America accounts, this card becomes super attractive. It's low-key one of the most powerful credit cards out there for the right person, which might not be all of you. But if it is you, it could easily slide into your wallet and replace one of the more well-known premium travel credit cards that are out there. That right there is 10 travel credit cards, all with different strengths, setups, and ideal use cases. Before you click away, watch this next video right here. The YouTube algorithm thinks you'll like it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoots.